Hey MVPs, Rico Knows here. Going to talk to you guys about UFC Fight Night 87 in Las Vegas. It's tomorrow. I want you to know the early prelim card starts at 1:40 Eastern, so don't be late, okay? I will be on the Discord server live streaming the fights for the MVPs. I'm making this prediction free. So you get it right here, right now. What I'll tell you guys is if you want to see the full chart and all the parlays and the props that I have for all the MVPs, become an MVP. You get to see all the different bets I've come up with for us to make money on this card. But when we look at the main event for what it is, you got Rozenstruik here. This is a perennial veteran of the heavyweight division in the UFC, and he's more like a gatekeeper, a Neil Magny type guy. He's one of these guys where they say, all right, you go out there and fight the up-and-coming newcomer or the prospect, and you let us know if he's any good. And if he can beat you, then he's on top of the mountain. He's on his way to being ranked and all the other stuff. If he can't beat you, then we know what he's really about. We know his ceiling at that point. On the other side, Shamil Gaziev, this guy is undefeated, and he's brand new to the UFC. 12-0. And what I don't like about Shamil, and I'm just going to tell you guys straight up, what I don't like is you go through the regional scene, you do a contender series fight, you go out there and you tap out Greg Velasquez, okay, cool, and then you beat another prospect in Bidet here, and you knock him out in the second round. He just had nothing for you, had nothing left. And then you're in a main event? You're in a 5-round fight? You're headlining a fight night card? Like, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. A non-pay-per-view card, I get it, but this man should not be in the heavyweight fight. Nothing he's done warrants him in this fight. He should not be in the main event is what I mean. I just don't see it. Okay, now, he's huge. He's a next generation type of fighter, meaning he's got everything you're looking for from a heavyweight. He can strike, he can wrestle, he can grapple, he can do everything. And Rozenstruik can't do anything. He can't do everything. Excuse me. If you didn't know, Biggie Boy here, he's a kickboxer. He's a striker. He's a generic Derek Lewis. If you guys know Derek Lewis, he's the Black Beast. He goes out there and knocks everybody out. Rozenstruik, you look at him, you think he can knock everyone out, and when you saw him in his career coming up through the ranks, he was letting everybody have it. And I can remember when he got knocked out by Francis Ngannou, and I was like, oh, well, that's a real knockout artist. This guy's fake. And then the next fight, he takes out Junior Dos Santos, and we're like, what the hell? This dude can go out here and do it. Now, what really sticks out to me is when Rozenstruik's in a fight, he can extend it if he needs to. He can get it to go the distance. I see it here. He went 5 rounds with Cyril Gane. He went the distance with Curtis Blades. And I think that those fighters and all the fighters he's fought are of a much higher caliber than Shamil. I really do. And I know Shamil's on his way, and people are saying he's going to be ranked and he's going to be fighting for a title and all this. How do you come to that conclusion? Just because he beat some guys that you've never heard of? I don't buy it, man. And I might be in the mass minority here. So when it comes to betting on this fight, first and foremost, I wouldn't parlay it with anything. This is a chalk card. I want to make this very clear. This is a chalk card. The vast majority of these fights, the favorites are going to win. They're favorites by huge odds. I mean, there's just no way to make money on any straight up bets. There's only maybe 2 underdogs or 2 favorites less than a minus 250. Everybody else is skyrocketing odds. It makes it impossible to bet on somebody just on money line. You got to go out there and do method, predict some other things, right? Or you got to start going over under on rounds. Well, when I look at this fight individually by itself, plus 152 odds for a man who can knock you out or make you go the distance. You want to know what I learned about Shamil in his last fight? He doesn't have a gas tank. Yes, there's a knockout here. Go find this fight on YouTube. Go find this fight on ESPN Plus and watch it again. And watch this man, this 265-pound man, be out of gas in the first round. I mean, I don't even know how he's going to go the distance. And then you're fighting a guy who actually has experience in the cage and has been doing this for a very long time. Look how many fights he has in the UFC since 2019. Look at all these fights, right? They're the same age, bro. He's 35 because he's 34. They're the same age. One guy has not been doing this at this echelon the entire time. I believe in Rozenstruik, and I don't think he's an ass kicker. I know, Rico, he's lost 3 out of his last 4. I know. Every now and then we got to get it right. So you can't take many underdogs on this card. This is the one I'm going to take. So I'm saying Rozenstruik's winning this. Now, pay attention. On the actual card, I have the weekly chart. If you haven't seen it, you're not an MVP. But if you become an MVP, you'll see the weekly chart. You're going to see all the parlays and all the props, and they're in order by confidence. So I really believe in the top stuff. I really believe in anything in green. Those are the locks, right? And on lock picks, we're 19-7 this year. But as we go down and we start looking at our value bets, I am 8-11 on value bets. Okay? I am 8-11 on value bets. So careful. You can fade every value bet I ever made, and you'd probably be up. Now, chances are, whenever I pick a value bet, that means I'm picking an underdog. The favorite was probably substantially higher than the underdog. So I don't know if you'd get a unit back on all these. You wouldn't be up 8 units or anything like that. But what I'm trying to tell you, though, is I'm going to take a stab at it. You don't have to. Depending on how well we do on the card Saturday, sit this one out if you don't feel comfortable with it. Leave it alone. You don't need to put juice on every fight. There's money to be made in other rounds and other fights. There's some guys who I know aren't losing. And I put it all together. I have Rico knows lock. I already posted on the Discord server. So become an MVP, get the right prediction, get the right parlay, the right prop. You'll make all your money back. It's $25 a month, bro. You get 4 cards. And come to the Discord server. You can watch it with me. I'll provide the commentary. Shout out to all the MVPs out there. Thank you guys for being who you are. And gamble safely, bro. Do it smart. If you need help, we give live bets during the damn fights. Come join us. I will talk to you about it, and we'll say, yeah, man, do that live. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. Peace, y'all. Be safe.